There are other headlines worth a few moments of conversation tonight, so let's speed things up.
Reed Sarton, it's Edge on the Clock time.
Yes, it is Morgan Fogarty, and before tonight's actual Ebola quarantine, a nurse in New Jersey, a small commuter jet flight in Columbia, South Carolina, was grounded when one of the passengers got a nosebleed, and that triggered the Ebola protocol. The experts do not think that he has it, but still, put yourself on that plane.
I wouldn't freak out.
It's a nosebleed.
I mean, people, when you fly at high altitudes, sometimes your nose bleeds.
Or just sometimes your nose bleeds in general, because we're human and we get nosebleeds. Look, I get it. I understand the fear, but is there any rational part of anyone's brain that's kicking in and saying this person has a nosebleed? They're not projectile vomiting. They're not having explosive diarrhea all over everything. We don't know that they have a fever. They have a nosebleed.
Gotta call security to shut it down.
There is a movement to split Florida in half, creating a 51st state out of the bottom part. Those people are more worried about global warming and rising sea levels than North Florida people. So do you think this could actually happen?
No, I don't think this could happen. This is craziness. Although I think it was interesting to note that the northern part of Florida is 120 feet above sea level on average. Parts in the south are less than 5 feet above sea average. And over the next 100 years, they expect water levels to climb 3 to 6 feet. So it's conceivable that part of Florida could just be underwater.
And those in the south say the people in the north side don't care about us, so we should secede and do our own thing. Good luck with that.
Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling is announcing a new Potterverse story that's going to be published on the website Pottermore.com on Halloween Day. Now, this one, though, is about Hogwarts Professor Umbridge. Now, the last movie was 3 years ago. The last book, 7 years ago. So will this be a big hit, or is Harry over?
I mean, there will be some, book geeks like myself, who are like super stoked. I'm actually going to pass on this. I'm like, I think the story had a nice wrap. Now, if you're going to follow Harry and the rest of the group, great. But Professor Umbridge...
And really, the Harry Potter, the core group of fans were of a certain age, and they've sort of aged out of the Harry Potter obsession.
True.
They're into other things now, so it'll be interesting to see if they come back to it.
And granted, they're just posting this on the website, so who knows if people are really going to follow through and stick with it. 1,700 pages.
Well, speaking of things being over, here comes Honey Boo Boo. Definitely is. That's thanks to Mama June reportedly dating a child molester who may have actually gone after one of her own children. Now, she says didn't happen, but what does it say that it takes this to get that show off the air?
Now, see, I heard that the child molester, the crime that he was convicted of involved the child that Mama June is related to, extended family, but not one of the girls that you actually see on the show.
Now, today, Alana, one of them is saying it was her.
Alana is Honey Boo Boo.
Is that what?
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, they're saying the story I read said the 20-year-old, one of them said, who's got a baby, said it was her who was molested. And at first, the other daughter said they weren't dating. And this daughter, TLC, presented evidence that they are dating, like Mama June went to buy dude a car and all this stuff. So it's a very twisted story.
Very scary, but I mean, I guess congrats to TLC for doing something that makes sense.